everyone, and welcome back to Three Dads and a Console. We know not every dad can stay up to date with the latest and greatest in video game news that you need to know about, so we're here to do it for you. Remember, this show is kid-friendly, so no earmuffs are needed. I'm one of your hosts. Wobble plays alongside, as always, the Ghostbuster, Court Lalonde.
Hold on. Earplugs were needed because am I wrong? Was that a little bit loud?
So what I don't know is we
was...
don't talk beforehand, and I speak very quietly.
No, you
but
don't.
As soon as Pez is like 5, I'm like, we're on. So
he Greg Millered that, eh? He just yelled at us.
Are you guys impressed by the fact that I can just like flip a switch and like immediately go into content mode?
I feel I'm just
Settle
more
down,
scared
Jeffrey
for your
Dahmer.
wife.
You did the same.
Yeah, I'm just scared for your wife.
That's fair.
Well,
me too.
Think about it. I'm wearing Ghostbusters 1. Pez has Ghostbusters 2 on his PS5. And Court's been playing Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, and the game is awesome. Like, it's just awesome. Pez has been playing it for months, and I don't know why I didn't grab it. This game is just too much fun. It's just fun. As a child of the 80s, every child of the 80s should play this game. My daughter likes it too, but that doesn't matter. But I had a day, and so did Pez. So Pez and I are going to talk about our days today.
Too.
What? Sorry?
Pez is here too.
Yeah,
Finishing the intro.
That's what I said. He's wearing his Bruins bandana, pretty much. It's the Bruins
Good day,
colors.
boys.
We could talk about that ugly Bruins jersey. Jeez.
So for those, just before we get into this stuff, this is going to be kind of like a chill episode. So we're not recording on Wednesday. This is Tuesday. Hi, future. And we're just going to kind of chill. We have a few topics to talk about, but it's really just going to be kind of kicking back, hoping to keep you company during your Thanksgiving drives.
And we will give out a video game at the end from our friends at Outright.
Exactly. And we are going to be giving away a video game. So it's American Thanksgiving on Thursday. So we know a lot of you are Canadian. So happy Thursday, but it's going to be a chill episode. So, Court, as you mentioned, you had a day.
I did. I had a day, and my kid is 6. She actually turned 6 yesterday.
Woo!
Yep. Yesterday was her 6th birthday. And when your kid is in the age of 4 and 6, they're supposed to get these shots. Now, because of the pandemic, my daughter was getting vaccinated. That's my choice. That's what we were doing. So she wasn't able to get these other shots that you have to by law here in Canada. I don't know what it is in the United States, but in Canada, you have to have them to, go to school, all that kind of great stuff. You have to be up with your vaccinations. This was always there. It was before COVID. So when people say the freedoms thing, this freedom thing has been happening for forever. Her next isn't until like grade 7, but I was happy that she got them. It covers the smallpox, all those great things. But she is petrified of needles. Absolutely, to the point where she has mini panic attacks and she starts trembling, and it's
Same.
hard. And as a parent, like, it's the toughest thing I've had to do. It's easy to make decisions, but when your daughter cries or when your kid feels like you're hurting them, it crushes you. Like, I was holding her at the doctor's office, and I'm not holding her hard, and she's like, "You're hurting me," and screaming that out loud.
Oh.
And it just drains you. My wife tried to take her the day before on her birthday, and because I'd taken her to both the COVID ones, and they were hard. They took over an hour just to do one needle, and these had to be 2 needles today. 2. So it's just whew. And the last time I took her for the COVID one, it was because we wanted to be able to travel. It was it drained me. Like, I couldn't. I almost wanted to drink. Like, it was a lot. It took a lot out of me emotionally and physically, because I have to like barter with her and watch her cry and watch her scream, and then you have to eventually hold them down. Because she's just that afraid of needles. Like, it doesn't matter what is in that needle. Like, I'm afraid if she ever gets injured and we have to go to the hospital and she has to get blood drawn or something like that, she's gonna freak out. And it's tough. You get over this. I know I'm not the best with needles. I can't look when I get any sort of needle. I can't look. I get blood drawn. I can't look at it. I don't know how anybody does it. It's tough, man. So it was just very emotional today. She got both the needles. She's fine now. She was all proud of herself that she's fine now after getting them. And she does the same thing she does every single time. She's like, "Oh, it didn't hurt. I didn't even know I got it." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. But man, I don't know if you guys have already been through it. Well, Pez has already been through it, but Waba's probably actually you're gonna go through it real soon, Waba.
So I'm terrified of needles. Like you describing your daughter, if you replaced my daughter with Waba, it's the same story. I get anxious. I start like hyperventilating at the thought of a needle. Even when I think they are, like they gave me the thing you put on your finger, like the oxidizer thing, or to measure oxygen levels. I like reflex it. I'm like, no. I mean, I can feel myself shaking just recounting the feeling, but like, I getting blood drawn is horrifying. So
no
yeah, I
tattoos?
relate. I no, never tattoo. God no.
Seriously, there's no way Waba's getting a tattoo. That would be the biggest goal of all. Like that'd be $100,000 for Waba to get a
Yeah,
tattoo.
but you guys can't afford it. But yeah, no, it's scary. But so my daughter's like gotten shots before, and like it's sad because like she again like it was like the age she doesn't know what's happening. Like I can't explain like this is good for you because like it sucks. But what we do is my wife is brave, and she will help facilitate that.
We know your wife's
Meanwhile,
brave, by the way.
I turn around because she will. My reaction will make her reaction worse. So I just pretend like I'm a dope. Well, I don't really have to pretend. So I just stand like a dope, not looking, because I don't want to make things worse for her. So I don't know if I'll face that fear, but I think my daughter's much braver than me, and then I'll just get her ice cream. Like I'll just bribe her. It's fine.
Well, I did that. I bribed with Lego. I bribed with ice cream. It didn't matter. She didn't care.
Wow.
Pretty much told me to shove it. Well, she agreed to all the bribes. Let's be honest here.
She's getting them,
Naturally.
right?
Well, no, so I did not give her any of the ice cream today. Well, I gave her. Sorry, that's incorrect. I gave her ice cream. I didn't give her any Lego. Part of the bribe was going to be that she got Lego of her choice. That didn't happen because Lego's expensive now, so it's not the easiest thing to just go out and buy. But she did not get the Lego. She did get the ice cream.
You're gonna be rolling in with a Duplo Barry
No,
Potter.
whoa.
set.
That's what I got. I bought a Duplo like mini thing because it was on like someone sold it for
Duplo.
$5. Nothing wrong with Duplo. Okay, well we gotta put some respect on the Duplo name.
No,
all right,
don't. It's
for
like,
for
it's
children,
pointless.
for small kids,
No.
Duplo has been a godsend. All right,
Nope.
we did my daughter's first Lego 2 weeks ago. Okay, she loved it, but for them to start learning how to build, Duplo is great because Legos are too small and you can't take them apart.
Oh,
Duplo is
come
good
on.
to train. Duplo
You're
walks
afraid of
so
needles.
Lego could run.
Well, Duplo is made by Lego, so
I know. I'm just.
I'm just saying, dude. It was a tough day, but you know what? She's better for it. I get it. Like Waba. When does little Waba have? She's gonna be soon, right?
I don't know when she does shots.
Oh my god.
You think I'm in control of my life?
No.
I am this chauffeur. I am. I show up and I look good, man. It's great.
I was gonna just say you show
The
up at
trophy.
least.
He's the
But
trophy.
dude, I got a haircut. Shout out on youtube.com/3dadsandaconsole. I want to look fresh for you guys.
Press cut.
Shit.
I can tell you, my oldest was a hold them down and just jab them kid. Complete tantrum, like literally up until she was 13.
Oh
Petrified
no,
of needles.
man.
Petrified of needles. My youngest, will tear up, and I'll just have her. I'll be like, "Look at me, you're fine," and she won't look, and then she'll be like, "Oh, that didn't hurt." So she can't. She freaks herself out. She freaks herself up until that point, and then Dad's like, "Just pay attention. Just look over at me, and let's have a conversation. You'll be fine." And then she's like, "Oh, that didn't hurt." I'm like, "Yeah, they don't hurt. They're fine. You're fine." Because like she's gone to some of my doctor's appointments, and they'll give me like, I'll get my flu shot and I'll look at it, or they'll draw blood, and I'm just watching it, and she's like, "Doesn't that hurt?" So no, man, it doesn't hurt. Like it doesn't bother me. But my two kids were so different. Like we've had to have nurses hold my oldest down when trying to give her like shots, like her flu shot or whatever. Oh man, the worst. Had no problem like getting blood drawn, but oof, when it came to vaccination shots, no.
They're the
way.
worst because
No
they
way.
sting, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, needles don't bother me. I got a
Yeah, they
4
don't bother. I just
tattoos, I
don't
get
look.
shots.
My daughter's got to look for some reason. She's like a masochist. She's like, I gotta watch. Why do you gotta watch this? You don't gotta watch. Just don't.
Yeah, it's like don't watch, dude. That's That's why you're freaking yourself out. Look and talk to daddy.
Exactly.
Look away. Just don't watch.
I brought an iPad. I did it all, man. Like, everybody's like, "Oh, do this, bribe." I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? My kid's not done. She's an only child. She's gonna get it anyways."
Yeah. I used to get a toy after every single time I got a shot. It was great.
That makes sense.
So yeah, that's all adding up. So like, it wasn't just like, oh, you get a small toy. I need to find out what these things. They were giant mechs that shot like actual hard projectiles, and if you hit the chest, the head popped out. Someone, if you know what these are, let me know, because like I used to have them all. Because I
My
got
man
so
was-
many shots.
My man was getting at like 8 years old, getting like the smallpox vaccine, and was getting Megazords for it.
Seriously.
Other
Like,
kids got a
Wabo-
sticker and a lollipop, and some kids just got a slap up upside the head, and they were like, "All right, you're done, stupid. Get out."
Why do you think
Waba's
I have
like,
so many
"Nah,
Super
nah, nah,
N64
man."
games?
So we need to tell Queen that when she takes little Waba, that you have to promise to buy Waba a video game, and he'll be fine.
Seriously, I think we have like when Queen takes little Waba to go get this done. I think you're gonna have to get the toy.
Just some
Oh, wow.
imported Play Asia game that no one's ever heard of, and he's Waba's in. He'll be getting all. He'll come out looking like acupuncture.
Localized version of Summer Vacation on VR. If you're a degenerate, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What a deep cut.
Not that I've been checking.
Yeah.
Uh, So we're here again, as we mentioned. So Pez, you've had a crazy week too, being the short week.
Yeah. My week has been garbage. I'm not really gonna go into everything, but for those that don't know, I am the director at a nonprofit north of Boston. It is Thanksgiving week, which means we probably unofficially gave out probably like 515 Thanksgiving. I call them meals, but they're not really meals. Basically, what happens is you're able to get a bag with all the sides, and we give you a gift card to go get your own bird of choice.
Bird.
Basically, what transpired from that is we used to give out turkeys, and it was an absolute nightmare to give out turkeys. People are like, "Oh, I don't eat turkey. Do you have anything else?" No. B, someone's like, "Oh, it's like a 12-pound turkey. I live by myself." Do you have a chicken? No. Get out. Take your stuff and get out. I have like 400 other people here. No, I don't have chicken. I don't have steak. I don't have
Do you not
anything.
have a Happy Meal?
So we then transitioned to gift cards, and I remember
That is, to be fair, that is a lot of meat for one person.
That's a ton
last
of meat.
year.
It's a big bird.
It's funny because last year some guy was like, we gave him his gift card, gave him his bag, and he was like, "I don't have to buy a turkey with this." I said, "My man, you can buy a sandwich. I don't care what you buy with this. It's
You can buy a
yours. Do whatever you
sandwich."
want with it." I said, "You can go buy yourself a steak and cheese sub for Thanksgiving if you want." I said, "Or don't buy anything and keep it for when you go grocery shopping. I don't care." So we did that. The majority of that was Saturday. So we did that Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. We finished whatever we had left went out the door today. And between that and like I'm hiring new staff, and we had to fire a staff member, and by this time, like 3 weeks basically from Friday, so like December 16th or something, we will have given out gifts for 740 kids. So it's just a very busy time at work, and it just wears on me. That's all. It just wears me down emotionally.
You're doing good work, especially
mentally,
at a tough
physically.
time for folks.
But you know what? I'd rather do what I did than what Court had to do. I've done the shots, and they are no, my oldest. They were terrible, and she when COVID vaccines became available, she was like 17 and a half. She was like, "I'm not going to get a shot. You guys can't make me." And I was like, "I don't care. You're almost an adult. Do whatever you want. I'm not going to hold down a 17 and a half year old to get a shot. I don't care. You get COVID and get sick. Don't like, "Hey, Greg, I'm sick." Like, I'm not going to listen to it. Not going to listen to it. Talk to your mother. She'll listen. She may listen to it. You have your chance. If you don't want to do that, that's on you. The one thing I try to teach my oldest kid is your actions have consequences, good or bad. So
Kids are dumb.
it's our
Parents
fault.
Parents are dumb, but kids
are
are small versions of dumb parents,
fair.
right? Like, no offense.
Sometimes, yeah.
We don't make smart decisions half the time. We're doing
usually-
a podcast.
I usually don't. Well, I didn't. So I didn't have as crazy of a week as you folks, but I did take my daughter to her first hockey game as
So
Ooh.
exciting.
like while she understands.
Oh yeah, I
So
saw those photos.
she had been to one. We went to a Wolfpack, a Hartford P Bruins game. This was right before COVID. I think the weekend before things started getting shut down, but it was in Hartford, and their arena stinks. It looks like a I don't know, high school arena.
So
Granted, is
rude,
that what
eh,
the Whalers
guys?
used to play?
Their arena stinks.
Stinks.
Thanks.
So we
Stinks,
went
and I don't like them.
when my wife was a kid, her dad took her a hockey game, the first one she went to, and when everybody cheered after a goal, she cried because it was loud noise. So I'm like, all right, we got to get my daughter like in our league, and she loved it. First off, it was superhero night. So Iron Man had they had the camera on a dude dressed as Iron Man during the national anthem, which frankly is how it should be. I pledge allegiance to the Man of Iron.
No.
Okay.
None of this is real.
And they
He made his suit in a cave with a box of scraps.
people were also singing like was it like one of oh beautiful spacious skies, one of those like songs, and they put apparently I only know this because my wife, because she's like, why'd they put the mic next to the tenor flat. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, stop judging these singers. But my daughter was sitting, she was looking at everybody else, she was clapping, she was cheering, let's go Bruins. She doesn't know what a Bruin is.
Still doesn't.
Just
She
fine.
watched Providence.
Yeah, but they ended up getting 2 goals, and when they scored, she was just cheering, yelling. It was awesome, and she had so much fun. We got her a little pink hockey stick. She was waving that around and cheering and yelling, and she ate like a whole bucket of popcorn. And we got to meet Samboni, the mascot. So she can handle hockey. His name is Samboni.
No.
I actually don't know the reason why. Origin of Samboni P Bruins.
AHL games are very inexpensive and a lot of fun to go to.
It was $20 a seat. It was nothing, and it was during the afternoon. We get out and it's dinner time. It was great.
And
So I'm glad she can handle it because I'd like to do a lot with her.
As much as I love the NHL, the tickets are very expensive and the whole experiences can be very expensive. So if you can get to like an AHL or ECHL or whatever, with a kid, go do it. They don't know Patrice Bergeron from Billy Bungus.
Oh, we don't. If we're gonna talk about that name,
Billy Bungus.
Patrice Bergeron got his 1,000th NHL point.
I'm saying
God
you
tier.
can take a kid to a high school hockey game and they're not going to know if it's good or bad. They just want to have fun, So you can go to the lowest minor, again, ECHL or AHL, and the kids are going to have a blast. I took my oldest to a couple like Manchester Monarchs games because my sister had season tickets at the time. And like they would hang, Max the Lion would come around and he would like, interact with the audience, the crowd, and it was a good time.
People seem to want that team back. I see a lot of people in the Massachusetts area really crying about that team.
Oh,
they cry about Hartford. Bob Marley, Hartford Whalers, both things never coming back. If you wanted the Whalers back, you should have went to the games. Come on.
Jeez, you sound like an asshole.
It's what it is, and that was before I even liked hockey. But I hear everybody wax poetic about the Whalers. Oh man, it was so great having a run. Then why did you not go to the games? You let Carolina steal something from you, whose mascot is a pig? Like who catered to Douglas Hamilton?
How dare you speak his name?
Jesus, Waba, you have some.
Waba has a lot of feelings about Dougie Hamilton, by the way.
Wow.
What blanket? Who blocked me on Twitter when I didn't even mention him? I did not at him. The man goes and he pays some bot to go look up anybody who tweets out the word Bruins.
No,
and Douglas blocks them.
That's incorrect. If you put his name in any, I got blocked by him purposely, but I asked him to.
I'm not gonna create a burner account because that's against the TOS. But if I did, no. I can't believe that
Three Dads Twitter account to harass Dougie Hamilton.
No, actually, yeah, that's right. This is Three Dads. Hey, can you actually, Pez? Can you tag him?
Yeah.
Dougie, if you're listening to this, just unblock me at Waba Plays. Let's play NHL 23.
Dougie, if you're listening to this, unblock me.
Yep. I know he's a fan.
NHL 23, by the way, NHL 23 PS5, $35 at Walmart right now.
So that actually brings us to an next point. Black Friday shopping. It's happening on Friday. Shocker. But
It's happening right
Um,
now, dude.
it's Black Friday week, Black Friday sales already.
We're observing the day.
We're observing. Yeah, we get the day off. It's observed.
You Americans.
I'm sorry. That was so dumb. We're observing it on Friday like it's New Year's.
Guys, you're so
No, I
weird.
don't
you
get that
know
day.
that?
So I used to not get Black Friday off. So we'd get Thanksgiving off, then we'd have to go into work. But what I would do is wake up at 3 or 4 a.m., go in, get some $20 video games, come back, go to sleep, wake up, and go to work. I was just stupid because I was just exhausted. Work a half day and then go. It was great. That was before kids, though. That could
The
never
dream.
happen again.
Living the dream.
But are you guys picking up anything? What have you picked up? And do you guys have any silly Black Friday traditions?
No.
I've already
I-
picked up things.
Go ahead, Corey. Yeah, you have picked stuff up.
I
Ooh.
picked up a purple
I like that controller.
PS5 controller for my daughter. I picked up a copy of Saints Row on Xbox because, and I wanted to mention this, for certain games on PlayStation, they make you pay an absorbent amount to get the PlayStation 5 copy of a game. So on Xbox, I can get Saints Row, which automatically has a thing called Smart Delivery. And I automatically have the best version of the game, regardless of what version you buy of the game. For Saints Row, there's a PS4 and a PS5 version. The PS5 version is more expensive. Same with Dying Light 2. I also bought Canterbury's Spirits, and I bought something else, and I can't think about it at all. Brain doesn't work. Pez, did you buy anything?
Not yet. Right now for all my PC nerds, where you at? The
Steam
Steam
sale.
summer sale is here. So Steam autumn sale. Sorry, the Steam autumn sale is here.
Yep.
So currently sitting in my cart that is Steam Deck verified. I will be buying for I think the third time. Persona 4 Golden.
Why?
Currently $13.
Is that what people on PC just do? Because all I see on people on PC, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy this game again that I already had." I'm just like,
Yeah,
why?
Yeah.
It seems like a PC thing.
When am I?
because they're so cheap.
So but also there is no other place right now I can play Persona 4. Unless I had a Vita and the Vita still worked, but I don't have a Vita
PlayStation
anymore.
5, is it not in?
It's not out
It's
yet.
not, it's not out yet.
No, you have to buy it on Steam. It's
You know what
as
you
you're doing
could
the right
do?
thing.
I'm gonna let this one go.
Buy it on PS2 without the new VAs.
So I'm probably gonna get Persona 4. Sitting in my cart right now is Cyberpunk.
Don't do it.
It's on sale for $30.
Nope.
I've heard
That's so much.
Nope.
I've heard a lot of good things about the new,
Nope.
the
Nope.
patches they've
Nope.
done to it.
Disagree.
But it's on my
in
wish
every-
list. It's on my
Disagree in
wish
every
list.
way. Disagree in every
looking
way,
at
shape,
it.
or form. I have 2 copies
What?
of the game. You want me to just mail you one? Pay the shipping.
Well, I'm gonna play it on the Superior Gaming
Nope.
version.
That doesn't make any sense. This game is not superior in any way, shape, or form. And people, for some reason, they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna like this game," and I'm like, "No, it's got really bad story. You can't fix the story that's bad." Keanu Reeves makes the game worse. I said it, and I'll say it again. As someone that likes story-driven games, I tried to get into this game. I really did. But when Keanu Reeves comes in that screen and says things, I'm like, can we go back to the other 2 characters that we were using? They were way better. They had way more depth.
Johnny
They were just
Silverhand.
they were different. I don't know what it is whenever we get big name actors to come into a video game sometimes, just like, yeah, know your lane. Don't come into this one.
Fair.
Does that
Can
make any
I,
sense? The
Sometimes
story's
it does
bad.
well.
The story is just not good, Pez. I didn't care.
Can I advocate for a game that everyone should buy that is not, that will be that is currently $20 and will last
Yes,
throughout the whole
advocate.
weekend? Guardians of the Galaxy.
That game is phenomenal.
Go play it. Go buy it. Go play it. Play it. Buy it. Play it. Buy it.
Waba
play it.
buying it right now? I don't think Waba's bought it.
No, I already
Look at
have it. I do have it on PS4 physical. copy.
And if you're savvy enough and the PS4 version is cheaper, you get a free PS5 upgrade.
That's what I did. I bought the PS4 version and I got
Me
the free
too.
upgrade.
I have the PS4 version sitting right over there. But that game, the soundtrack is phenomenal. The story is very good. The characters, thankfully, are not the movie characters. They're like the comic book characters. The voice acting is very good. There's no microtransactions. It's not a 40-hour game. I really enjoyed it. I played it on Twitch, and my chat loved it. So we had a good time.
Well, if your chat loves it, it must be a good game. No, it's a
I
phenomenal.
recommend it.
The story is phenomenal.
For whatever reason, I still have like a Steam wish list, and I get the emails whenever something goes on sale. Would it shock you that an anime game called Needy Streamer Overload is on my cart and it's 20% off? So your
No.
boy's gonna be buying it for $12.79.
Sheesh.
Can't
Oh,
wait.
while you're there, if you haven't played Portal, the bundle for Portal 1 and Portal 2 is $1.48 right now.
Jesus.
The Valve collection, because obviously Valve owns Steam, the Valve collection is like for like, I think it's like 14 or 15 games, like the Left 4 Dead games, the Portal games, the Half-Life games. It's like $10 right now. If you've never played those games, especially Portal, I don't know if you guys have played Portal, but it's excellent.
Fantastic.
It's separately, I think, like Portal 1 is $1, and I think Portal 2 is like $1.50 or something like that. Something crazy like that.
You're losing money not buying it at that
Your
price.
mom's $1.
Just
Just
friendly podcasting. Quarter's just off the rails.
Not off the rails. I'm being honest.
I usually try to get myself like a treat yourself gift on Black Friday. So like a few years ago, I got myself a Stream Deck. Last year, I got myself key lights, which you can see now. I'm illuminated since the beginning of the show. YouTube.com/3dads on
He's the
console.
Illuminati. Ooh, you get it?
Do, 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 do. Lizard people, don't tell them. I bought something right now that I'm going to share with you all. And
Ooh.
potentially more content coming on the channel on this.
Oh yes, I know what he bought. This is a very like honestly. He has his first game. He just hasn't even played it yet.
So let me show you, because I'm gonna take a book out of Carrot Top. So I'm gonna give you some prop comedy. So if you're not watching,
But you're not.
I'm
It's
gonna tell you
not
what it is.
comedy. though.
Let me land. It's getting green screened out. This is so bad.
Yeah, and
I bought myself an Xbox Series S holiday bundle. That I
And
have not opened.
It came with a gift card, did it not?
Yep. So, as you know, so I haven't actually opened it because I'm still like deciding. But as
Oh
you
my
know, I
God.
like a deal. I'm good at it. So everybody's been saying, okay, you can get this thing for $250. That's a pretty good deal. But Target, French American retailer, was giving out a $50 gifty, bringing the price down to a cool $200. Yeah, so I have this. I haven't hooked it up. I haven't taken it out of the box. Chat here is making fun of me for not opening.
Not even that. I gave him a game code today. Our friends over at a PR firm sent us 2 copies of Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, which I am loving. And I gave him the other code, and he hasn't even unboxed the darn thing.
So here's the thing. I'm hoping to do a unboxing of the holiday bundle video because, as much as you know, I'm a Sony fanboy. For that price, it's very good. I mean, let me read you the back of the box. I'm not going to. I'm messing with you. You guys know
Game
what's in
Pass
this.
is $1.
One damn dollar. But I mean, it comes with the console. It comes with the controller and HDMI, and it's pretty good for $200. I mean, the fact. Let me tell you, because I know bundles are $299. I know $250 is like the standard one. I think this Target deal was temporary. $200 is legit impulse buy territory for a console. It's crazy. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I'm gonna go pick it up, and I'm gonna make my decision later. Like,
Well, can you let everybody know how many times I sent you the ad for it?
Corp was sending me ads all day, and as soon as that Target one hit, I think it was like I bought it. I bought it that evening, and I went the next afternoon.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's very like. Imagine a world in which Sony did that. It's like we would have Jetson cars. Never.
Never.
They would never do that, and I'm not gonna. I don't know. It just blew my mind. Did I ever think I would own an Xbox? Now, granted, I do have some old ones, but that's, free song. I've never owned, at the time, a contemporary Xbox console, a current Xbox console. This is the first one.
Ooh-wee.
I have never owned. So again, I own all these now. Like I have an original Xbox in the box I got for free, which I'm gonna sell. If anyone's interested, no, I'm kidding. But I own. So I've never owned an Xbox. Didn't own a 360 at the time. Didn't own an Xbox One. I now have this. It is weird. It's a weird feeling. So
welcome to the dual console club, my friend.
I'm legitimately only going to get Games Pass, and I know we've talked about it a lot on past ones, but like this is not. That's all I need.
That makes sense.
That's
And
literally all you need. I have an Xbox Series X, and I have never purchased a game for it.
and I have no plans to. And I'll be able to play the outright games with my daughter.
And you
So
won't.
that's like the
And the
best
cool
part.
thing is, you won't have to. Done and done. My one
Can't wait.
tip is get an external hard drive. I'm sure you have them laying around. So,
I do.
yeah,
Actually, I have a terabyte I bought for $10 from someone.
there you go. So you
Boom.
can hook that up to your Xbox Series X/S, and there is your extra extra storage space.
512 gigabytes.
Yeah,
Was that like 1/3 of a Call of Duty?
it is one.
Well, I will say this:
Cyberpunk.
you can't Call of Duty. You can't put on there, but you can put on
I'm not playing Call of Duty. Come
anything that's on Game Pass. Like you could try some very cool games, but everybody also needs to know like Waba is a big fan of Obsidian and Skyrim and those type of games. So now he can finally play them.
on. That honestly, like us talking about, and if you remember from many moons ago, basically Court and Pez saying with the Bethesda acquisition, there is a legitimate reality in which you cannot play a Fallout game on your Sony console.
And they're about to redo Fallout and like upscale it, right?
Yeah,
Which
and
would
that
be-
struck me to my core, ladies and gentlemen.
And that made me and Pez feel great that it struck you to your core. We like striking
Struck
you
'em.
to your core.
Just
Said, "Hey,
leave
give
my
me a
core,
core, I'm gonna
leave
strike
my
you."
core alone.
I'm
So-
gonna
Your
strike
core.
your core.
Yeah, destroy
Is
your
Starfield
core.
coming to PlayStation consoles?
Nope.
There you
And
go.
get
You can
wrecked.
play Starfield. You can now play
I'm-
Starfield.
I mean, there's a whole library of Xbox exclusives I'm going to ignore, but there's a lot of ones I'm going to play.
Play
Could you at
Okay.
least play Forza? Because that's
Play
fun.
Why would I play
Psychonauts
Forza?
2
Psychonauts 2 is a great game.
and possibly play the game No One Saves the World.
This is
And
gonna
there's also
sound
really good indie games that come to Game Pass.
Yeah, very
Shredder's
good.
Revenge is there, Waba. Oh yeah, you bought that, didn't you?
No.
There you go. You can play Shredder's Revenge.
Is okay. This is one of the ones I'm actually excited for, and you guys are gonna sigh.
Yeah, we're not.
Rise, Son of Rome, which was an Xbox like
There's an Xbox One
360
launch
launch
game.
game.
It was an Xbox
No, it was
One launch
Xbox.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, Xbox launch game. Very excited for that.
Right?
I'm going to
Play
play
it.
that for.
And the cool thing is, the Series S and X will res that up.
So I'm
Quick resume
definitely
and all
gonna
this
do.
great stuff.
Woo!
Yeah, you get what I talked about with Saints Row. Smart delivery.
The only thing
Like-
I don't like, I wish you could turn quick resume off on some games,
Like,
like your
100% NHL.
NHL, MLB The Shows, Madden, any like Overwatch, anything you need to be connected to online. I wish you could just turn that off. But like for what was it, like no one saves the world, like any Halo campaigns, it's perfect. Load it back up, jump right in, instantaneous.
So I'm excited, and I will do an unboxing on our channel. If you are curious about this bundle, or if you want to see somebody who has legitimately no idea about what they're opening,
Good.
you can experience that as well.
I love that you have no idea.
I don't follow anything. I mean, the only Xbox news I get is from both of you on this show when we talk.
Well, now you can finally be part of the
That's fair.
conversation.
Or I can willingly omit myself. So it gives me a lot of choice and authority over my own destiny.
You
Just
know what you
think
could
of-
do? You could just give it to Little Waba and be like, "Here's your first console."
No, she's all about the Switch. Ever since she played Coco
That
Melon
is
on the Switch, like
So
she's in.
sad.
And now she's gonna be playing what
Well,
is it?
no, it's
She's gonna play
great.
Peppa Pig too. Like
Well, there you go, Peppa Pig. Ooh.
she's in there like swimwear. As soon as I saw Peppa Pig 2 announced, I was like, that's like put that in a museum. I can't wait.
Peppa Pig
Done.
2 is S tier.
I'm legitimately excited. So let's talk a little bit about the old Turkey Day. So Court, I know you have Canadian Thanksgiving, so you're not observing the Thursday.
You know,
No,
you're
observing.
not
It's just a
observing the holiday.
Thursday. I gotta go to
Do-
work.
But nerd. But you have a Canadian Thanksgiving that happened last month?
Yeah.
So let's talk about our collective Thanksgiving.
Why?
Traditional.
Okay. Sure.
Do you guys do anything interesting for the old Thanksgivings?
We have turkey and we watch hockey. I guess is that interesting?
I mean, to us, we don't have. No one watches hockey on Thanksgiving. For us, it's just football.
Pez,
Pez,
is
you guys
There is
do
no
anything
hockey,
crazy?
that's why.
Pez would watch hockey on Thanksgiving.
Of course I would. There is no hockey. That's why.
What about Pez? Do you do anything interesting?
So the night before, I usually cook the night before, which is why we're not having a show tomorrow night. I will be cooking and watching all of the Bob's Burgers as I cooked all of the Bob's Burgers Thanksgiving episodes.
Just to let everybody know, the night before my Thanksgiving, we did a show.
That's weird.
You could have canceled it.
Actually, that's incorrect. I was in Florida for Thanksgiving. I didn't even do anything. I was at
Wow.
the Magic Kingdom.
No.
Look at that!
Look at that,
Boom.
chat. Court trying to gaslight you into believing that Waba and I are just out here cracking the whip on them.
Well, you
Don't-
are. I'm not going to lie on this one. I'm going to let the chat know on this. There was a messages in the chat. I did not agree to do the show tonight. And they put out on Twitter that we were doing it. So my reply to Pez when he put that we were doing our show on Tuesday and me saying news to me was a real thing.
And then a happy
Worth it.
Monday gift that I popped in his face. Happy Monday. So we do that, and then we usually just go to my mom's for dinner. This year, where there's about 14 of us,
Your mom.
going to my mom's for dinner. There's like 14 of us. We'll watch football. The Bills are on at 12:30. Let's go Bills! And the Patriots are hopefully gonna get pub stomped by the Vikings, the old Swedish Vikings.
Can
Waba?
I give you a Thanksgiving hot take?
No.
Sure.
I don't like Thanksgiving food.
What?
Why?
Well,
do
hold
not.
on, hold on. Can you tell the chat you don't like food, period, though?
Okay, that's fair. I don't really have a lot of. I don't have a broad palate, but I think turkey is fine. Okay, let's
Listen,
get that out of the way. I think it's
Waba
fine.
doesn't have a broad palate.
I don't.
Shocker.
I don't put like. I don't like sides, so I don't like stuffing. I don't like cranberry, whatever people have. I don't eat a lot of it.
Sauce? Cranberry sauce is what it's called.
What
Not cranberry whatever people have.
Well, because you have the two types of cranberry. The some that are like the cranberry jam, and then the one that comes out of a can that you have to slice.
It's sauce. It's still sauce. It's just canned and homemade.
So I mean, it's whatever. So I think it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's not
It's
like
fine.
oh man, I'm gonna I'm gonna eat like Thanksgiving leftovers until I black out like next Friday. Like that's fine. But what I do appreciate, so we go every other year. My family, my wife's family, her aunt who hosts heard that I'm like, they all know I'm a very picky eater. And I'm gonna eat. I'm not gonna make anybody
You could
change
take
what they're
Waba to a buffet, and he would just get a plate of chicken.
picking fingers. Yep. But so like I'm not gonna like tell anyone like, oh, I don't eat this, like because I'll eat turkey. I like turkey, but they heard I like tacos.
Do you feel like a child sometimes?
I do. But let me tell you what they did. They make tacos every year now because
my
they
God.
heard I love tacos.
Oh my
So,
god,
we go
that's
there,
so sad.
And they make a little taco stand, and you know what? Me and my daughter love it.
You made your daughter you too?
Well, of course I do. I have her listen to Blink-182 songs. We eat the same garbage. Yeah.
Well, that sounds expensive. Blink-182 is not cheap
Uh,
anymore, right?
So
Yeah, you better not be
it's
taking her to any
exactly what
concerts.
it's exactly what
it's
the
not
the-
small things anymore. It's all the expensive things.
Yeah, all the rich kids.
Yeah,
well, think about
seriously.
it. So, Thanksgiving is because people from Spain came over to the Americas. It's
I
how
thought it was
supposed
because
to be.
the Americas like stole the land from people. Am I wrong? Isn't that what it is? Like literally, like they came
It's
over
the-
here. Columbus was like a terrible person, and then he stole people's land and then made them get off their land. And now people are trying to repay that back, but it's too late, and they still celebrate Thanksgiving. No, am I wrong?
And now they play football.
I literally have no idea what Court's talking about.
No, I think you do. You just don't want to listen. It's like, hey, Court, just go somewhere else with it.
I'm pretty sure it has to do with the Pilgrims and the Native Americans and.
Yeah, but weren't you
1620
stealing the
and-
land? Wasn't that the whole thing?
I mean,
I wasn't there.
that was the
I know,
sequel to Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving, and then it was
It was like, here's this great
Thanksgiving
dinner.
to
By the way,
the reservation.
we've emancipated you from all your land.
Yeah, it was Thanksgiving, and then the sequel was Thanksgiving to Emancipation.
So I know since we are a gaming pod, there was one gaming topic we wanted to cover as well, and I believe that was the
So it has been released now with the ever-going saga of the Activision Blizzard acquisition by Microsoft, and it has now come to light. And PlayStation is not denying this. They were offered Call of Duty for 10 years longer on their current contract, and I guess from what people are saying, their contract lasts another 2 years. They get another 2 years, and Xbox offered them another 10, and my PlayStation is continuing to just try and end this deal. So to me, and this is just my opinion, as someone who plays on both consoles, doesn't care, it looks to me like PlayStation has just wants to end this deal because they know that even if the game was on their console, it's not going to help. If this game's on Game Pass, that's where people are going to play it.
yep.
Yep, I agree 100%. They are just trying to shut the deal down.
It's interesting because like so I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. I do like I like the single player experiences a lot. I don't care about Warzone. But it's interesting to see something like this make such an impact on like the gaming like landscape where like Sony is basically trying to use it as like the reason to stop this acquisition.
Not
I-
a perfect
I am-
person.
I am, if I could be honest with you, I am a Call of Duty person. I am super surprised at how popular this series is.
Yeah,
Because like ultimately it's just the PvP is Halo, it's Gears, it's any like first person shooter that you've played before. And I know like Modern Warfare 1 and 2, the previous ones were very good, but the ones after that, like Advanced War, Black Ops was good, but 2 and 3 I think were kind of trash. 4 was trash. Infinity, no, that's a movie. It's not Infinity War. There were a couple other ones that like I played and I'm like, oh, this kind of stinks. But I'm honestly really surprised that Call of Duty is still the juggernaut that it is today.
I think too
oh wow,
there's not
Carpool Gaming is in this chat, and it is definitely not me. Just gonna let that be known.
well, I think there's not like I remember everybody used to be like, "Oh, you're either a Call of Duty person or a Battlefield person." And Battlefield did not do well with their last iteration. So now you have base, and I think they also Battlefield isn't on a yearly cycle, so you don't have like the big competition with them. What are they competing with Fortnite? No, they're not. Fortnite's on its own level. Apex kind of did, but you don't have anything that's really challenging them. And Call of Duty's been going on forever, where it's like it's just part of people's routine. And when you become part of people's routine every year,
yeah,
that's it. It's like, we see it with sports games. Everyone just gets it because like it's, their favorite series. Everybody's going to get Call of Duty because it's their favorite series.
and then they complain in the Reddit 2 weeks later that it's the same game.
That's fair. That's
Or
fair.
just having a trolling match in Carpool.
It's not me though. It really isn't. I could sign into Carpool but that's just I can watch. I can type. The two of us are signed in at the same time, but it's not me. I'm not going to do that. But I think it's hilarious. You know what? I'm going to turn off the chat. It just threw me off the game. Sean, you win. Way to go. Well done.
Graham, I agree. Battlefield honestly has not been good. I didn't enjoy
So
5.
Battlefield's on Game Pass. No one even cares, right?
I didn't enjoy 5. I didn't enjoy Battlefield 1, and I didn't even bother playing what is it, 2042?
2042. I didn't have fun. So I got it on launch and I didn't have fun with it. And it was unfortunate because I wanted to like it a lot. And I think part of it was they killed the single player. And to me, that makes a big difference. That's why I haven't played Warzone. That's why I'm excited about Modern Warfare 2. Thank you again, Dap. But I don't like to hear you. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It's just interesting that Call of Duty is just such a juggernaut. No pun.
Yeah. It's and you know what? Sony, who has had DLC exclusivity for I feel like 20 years, all of a sudden now turning down their contract offer and then getting a contract offer and turning it down, and then on the other hand is like, well, Microsoft's just not allowing us to have the distribute the IP or whatever you want to say. It doesn't work that way.
It's like that meme of the person riding the bike and putting the stick in their own tires or whatever, and being like,
That's
"Oh man,
exactly
look
what
what
it is.
look what Xbox
Well,
did."
I don't know if you guys realize here in Canada on the Xbox copy, the physical copy of Call of Duty, it says #1 game on PlayStation. It says it on it. Like as much as like this whole conversation truly bores me to death. I am so confused. I totally get what Jim Ryan's doing. If you're Jim Ryan, you want to block this deal. Like you're dumb not to want to block this deal. But the blatant lying, like you see that one guy out in Europe that works for the company that's doing this is like, don't touch my PlayStation. Like it was just like, oh my god, like it doesn't matter. The game's still going to be on the console. I think they're more worried about the Game Pass. That's
Mhm.
what they're scared of. They are not scared of the game being on Xbox and having extra things because it's on PlayStation having extra things, and the game still sells great on Xbox. The game just sells great no matter what it's on. They're just extremely scared that this game will be on Game Pass and other things from Activision will be on Game Pass so that moving forward, if you have Game Pass, you get this game.
He should be more worried about being able to produce a damn console and getting it into people's hands than he is of.
Well,
It's just
I
silly.
don't know about that, but PlayStation 5 is pretty much everywhere now here, and like I've seen it twice now in the wild.
US is so like I would not like the fact that I got an Xbox. I mean, the fact that it's so available is a thing. Like you could never with PlayStation, but
Really? Because out here, it's just regardless. I went to Best Buy 2 days ago,
Mhm.
and they had a bunch of PlayStation 5s in the cage. At the Source just recently when I bought my daughter the purple, controller, they had about 6 God of War bundles,
Damn.
and if you go on Amazon, at one point it's sold out now, but for, like, almost a week, PlayStation 5s were available on Amazon here in Canada. They were available they're still available on Costco, they're still available on GameStop. Like, they're available here. PlayStation VR didn't sell out for their pre-orders until a couple days ago. And in the US, they sold out in a day, right? Like,
Yep.
it's a little I don't know what it is. Like, I think it's like the day I remember Waba texted me. He's like, "They're live." And I grabbed one. He's like, "What, that fast?" I was like, "Oh, I just went
You
on.
know
It
what
was
I
there.
mean?
There's just I got one." And I was like, "Oh, I got an Xbox too." And he's like, "What?" I'm like, "I
Yeah.
don't know." I went on. It was just there.
Maybe I wonder too if it's the pricing. I mean, I know it's all relative, but
I don't think it is. First off, there's more people in the United States. I think that's a given. Yes, the pricing is rather ridiculous. Like as friend of mine, Sean Capri likes to say, my mountain of PlayStation 5s. I have my second PlayStation 5. I made sure it was a digital one because that saved me $100
yeah.
because they ain't cheap.
So I think the final thing we can do today is give away a game.
Please, let's give away a game.
Yes, we
So
can.
Pez, take us through it. Tell folks what the giveaway is.
All right, so we have been given 6 games from our favorite developer, Outright Games, and to celebrate the holidays, we will be giving one game away once a week for the next
having a
6
hard
weeks, leading up until Christmas time. What'd you say?
You were having a hard time with this.
I know.
You have like 3 of like Waba, like just bad segue. Was it a bad segue?
No,
I-
I'm
it
a
was
little
great.
tongue-tied.
I feel like if we're gonna blame anyone, we're gonna blame Waba.
No,
Okay,
no,
my
no.
segue is going to be sung songs about for generations.
No.
Wow. I think someone's in need of a whole box of tissues.
Waba's songs are gonna get the dandelion treatment, but I don't know if he's played Witcher 3, so I don't know if he understands that. Because
My
he doesn't play
songs
modern
sung about
games.
me are Taylor's version.
Okay.
Are
So-
we allowed to talk about Taylor Swift? I thought everybody hated her right now.
No, we're about to get DMCA'd by mentioning her name. Just
No,
gonna get
so
yeeted.
I want you to understand that you always talk about this DMCA. I could sing the song word for word, and you won't, as long as we're not using their voice.
No, not because you sound just like them. That's the issue.
Oh wow, I sound like a broken record sometimes, most of the time.
So Pez, we started with 6. So
Wolf
who
is
is
hurting
our
me.
lucky winner?
We have started with 6 games. Last week, Tomato Pico won the Star Trek game on the Switch. This week, the winner is a fellow here in chat today.
Shut up, Free. Really? That's
Yep.
awesome.
Winning a choice of their game is our man, DeMonte Burris.
Let's go!
Nice. That's awesome. I love it when someone in the chat got. That's awesome.
Good job, DeMonte.
So we'll
Oh,
DM you,
Gigi's
Demonte,
Demonte.
on Twitter, and we'll let you know what's available, and you just pick what's available.
Yep, I will DM you. I will DM you later tonight or tomorrow morning, and we will go through the whole process or process, depending on which country you live in. And congratulations.
Good job. That's awesome. So again, how do you enter Pez? How can someone get a chance to win one of these fine games?
Head on over to youtube.com/3dads on a console. Hit that subscribe button. Screenshot that bad boy. Go to twitter.com/3dadspod and attach the image, and you'll be in for the next giveaway next Wednesday. Show starts at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, but I really will start at like about 7:40.
Yeah, because for to let everybody know what happens is Pez and I are in here around. I put my daughter down to bed. I'm in here around like 7:20, and then Pez is in here around 7, and then Waba shows up at like 7:31, and then like tells us about his day. And then by the time, and then he'll be the first one to be like, maybe we should record a show. Well, like maybe you should show up in time. But that's really what happens
That's
weekly.
welcome to Wednesdays, everybody. That's what that's what
I
happens.
don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't sound like me.
I always laugh that he's the first one to be like, maybe we should record the show. And we're like, really? Yeah, maybe.
It's
Okay.
obviously I just act like I'm the one who's right, and both of them are holding us up. While meanwhile waltzing in 8 minutes late.
Yep.
Like today, like I got here. First off, Court's gone because he had to go like get some water. Pez is away from his desk, and here I'm like, these two jerks are running late. Meanwhile, I'm showing up at 7:33. So just be indignant, man. It just makes life easier. So thank you again, Outright Games, for giving us these codes. You guys rule. And congratulations again to Demonte Burris. Go follow the directions that Pez shared, and you can win the next one. Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
Happy Thanksgiving, Americans.
Happy
play
Thursday,
Ghostbusters.
Canadians.
Yeah, happy Thursday. Yeah.
Go buy Ghostbusters. They had a live stream on their Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ilphonic, where they were outlining kind of the next content stuff, but I haven't been able to watch it yet. So there is a roadmap that is going to happen. So this game is going to get continually updated with content and stuff. So for $40, I've put, I would say it's a good $40 game. Again, and if you have any questions on the game, twitter.com/3dadspod. Check out the review, youtube.com/3dads on a console. I reviewed the game. I, as a Ghostbuster huge fan, I thoroughly have enjoyed it.
Yeah, I will say, as someone that's only played just over an hour of it, if you are a fan of Ghostbusters in any way, shape, or form, jump right in.
That's it. And it's all multiplayer. And there are no you all have an objective. There's been no toxicity, none of that stuff. I've enjoyed it.
Right on. So go bust some ghosts. Have a safe and happy Thanksgiving filled with turkey and tacos, and keep an eye out to youtube.com/3dads and a console, where 3dads will soon be releasing our holiday buying guide, shopping guide. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. Thank you everyone for your time and attention. Have a safe holiday or Thursday, and we'll see you in the next one.